Oh, hey guys! Today we're gonna do the completion of the new LCD screen install because when I did the part one, I didn't actually have the screen in stock because I had to order for my client for overnight shipping. So I got the screen today. So what we're gonna do is continue on with the Asus TUF series. The model, as you can see here, it is the FX505GT-BB51-CB. So going back to the new install of the new item here, it's going to be right here. So if you've watched the first part one of the whole video, then you'll remember that this is where we left off. So as for the why you're probably wondering, right, the screen is on a little slight angle and not like perfectly, even on the keyboard. The reason why is that because we didn't disconnect the keyboard, because a lot of cases when you're doing screen installs, you really don't need to do that because it's a big step for a lot of people. And I get a lot of people have come to me where they're trying to do it themselves and they end up cracking or breaking apart their bottom casing when they're trying to disconnect the battery. So if you follow my first step from the part one, which I will link to the part one, and then you're doing the part two here, this is where you're leaving off so that you can see that I'm putting it on an angle here because the power button's right here. So the last thing you want to do is end up sliding this up to the top where it's completely even all over the keyboard and you hit the power button, and when you're trying to connect the LCD cable, you're going to get a spark and there goes your motherboard. It's just that simple. So this is why I actually have it like this, so that you're not going to touch the the power button, and you'll be mindful that the power button's on the top right hand corner when you're connecting the cable. So just remember that. So, and if you want to make sure to even be more careful, is just to slide this to the left side a little bit more of the screen, and that's what you have to do. And so as for display purposes here, as you can see here, I would really caution that you guys use both of your hands, your left, thumb and your index finger holding this side of the tape, and your right hand holding the right side of the tape, so that you can easily align this. Because what you want to do is you want to get this back into the groove here. And the last thing you want to do is literally spark this corner on the left side, or spark the right side on the edge. You just literally in a one smooth motion, just literally just make sure that all of these pins are going right into the groove. And just, once you have it in there with both of your hands, you'll be able just to insert it and slide it right into it, and then you'll hear it click. When you hear it click on the left side and the right side, then you know you have it deep, like completely inside, so that this part here, this ledge here, sorry, the corner, this lining here, is completely flush with the lip. And then push your tape back down and seal it. And then after that, and then just hit the power button, and then you should actually have a brand new screen working just like this here. And as you can see there. So what I did after securing the cable with the original tape, I ended up using just two more strips of Scotch tape, which is perfectly fine, because you want to make sure you put another strip here and then another strip over there, just for extra added security, just to make sure that the cable doesn't go anywhere. And once you've done that with two layers of Scotch tape, you're perfectly good to go. So, and this is the next thing I want you to do. So this is the placement of the screen itself, because I was only showing you how this screen would look like, which is to make sure that you're powering up. But as you can see here, is not seated properly. So if you want, we're going to go back to the other picture. But what I want you to remember is that what we're going to do is we're going to try to align the top left and the top right edge of the screen right flush to this corner here. So just remember that, right? So this is where your alignment needs to be. So once you have the top left-hand corner with the corner of the screen on both sides, then you know you've actually had it done right. You don't want like even a millimeter off, because you might actually get like a little border once you've actually put in the, the sorry, when you put in the when you seal it, so so don't forget that, okay? So what we're going to do here is going to go back here, and then so this is the alignment for that. And remember, the power button is perfectly fine because you do have the laptop on. I left it on anyways, and that's what I did. And then going back to this, so remember, so just don't forget to put your double sided, the original tape that came with the unit, because if you watch part one, you can easily reuse this like I am using it here. Just put it on the right side and the right side and the left side, and then remember, right? So before you even push it down, make sure that it's going to be like this here. If you can see here, the screen is sitting perfectly flush on the top left hand corner, and the top right hand corner. And then you still have this plastic film here too, as you can see there. So and then the next thing you want to do is just remove the plastic film, and you'll be good. So I kind of had this here in the rough. So this is actually the a closer shot of how flush you want it to be. And then just to give you an idea, once you have it on the top left and the top right hand corner, this is how it's going to sit. So as long as you have it like that, just make sure you push down. Even this is the right side here, just to show you guys. And then once you have those corners flush, just go grab yourself a nice soft cloth or a chamois or something, and just start pressing down from the top right hand corner all the way down to the bottom right, and do the same thing for the top left hand side, and the and go right to the bottom left here, as you can see here, and then once you've done that, then you're good for that step there. So this is the other important thing I want you to do. So actually, this is just removing the protective film that was actually left on the brand new screen. So don't forget to remove that, because if you don't, you're going to have to remove the whole plastic bezel just to get that off. So just that will be your next step. Just remove the plastic sheet there. And then this is how it should look like once you've actually had it all patted down with your soft cloth or your chamois and stuff, and the screen will stay intact and it won't fall forward. And that's how you can see there. And then the next step is just to grab your plastic bezel that you originally took off. And just to give you an idea here, if you look carefully, this is the notch that you really have to be careful, right? I want you guys to do this carefully because you can easily break that. It's tough, but not as tough as you think. So your whole purpose is we'll go here on the left side. The left side, what you do is you basically pull, like you align this to the outside of it, and then what you do is you slide it in going to the right, and it will just slip right in there. Just make sure that you put your index or your middle finger underneath it, and then just kind of cradle it all around this piece so that it's nice and strong, and then just literally start this whole plastic bezel here from the left, and then just literally slide it to the right. And then once you've done that, that's good here. And then on the right side here, um, sorry guys, here I'm gonna rotate it again. And on the right side here, you're doing literally the same thing. So just remember that, right? When you see that notch, I'm gonna go back to one of the pictures that actually had that notch, because I want to show it to you guys. Um, it's right there. You see that? What you want to do, this is what you really need to do, because since you have the left side, latched in, you can't slide the right side out and then go back into the left. What you got to do is you're gonna have to bend this. Just use your index finger on top, and then your thumb in the front here. What you want to do is kind of just slightly bend this downwards so that this lip here can go underneath that little hinge assembly. Do you see that? So just remember that, right? So just bend that down a little bit, and then just push it downwards with your index and your thumb, and you will just get it underneath, and it'll just clip in there. And it's not difficult. And this is another, I was just trying to show you here on the left side here too, but it's already sealed. But I just wanted to show you that once it's in, all you have to do is just literally just push it to the right. Then as you can see here, then you see me actually pushing in that picture there, and then it's completely sealed there. So remember, right? Just cradle it with your thumb and then your index finger on the side there, and then just bend it up a little bit, and then bend it up so that the bottom part here faces more downwards, and just push it going down this way to that direction, and then it'll just clip right back in there. And as you can see there, it clipped in pretty easily, So, and then laptop is still on, so don't worry about it. And then the next thing you want to do is it starts to pinch your finger right behind the plastic bezel, and then your thumb in front, and then just work your way up from the bottom left to the top left, just pinching every inch until you hear all of the clamps just clamping itself back into the rear frame. And then this is the top left hand corner here, and then the same thing, you just keep pinching all the way from the top left to the top right, just like you see in this picture here. This is the top right hand corner, and then keep running down and keep pinching it with your thumb and your index finger all the way to the side here. And then once you've done that, you're gonna see here, this is where the part that you don't really have to worry about pinching hard. Well, you actually have to do pinch hard because this is a part that really needs to take in. You're gonna hear like some, a popping sound, which is really good because once you start squeezing in these areas, that means that the clamps are actually going into the back of the bezel. So you really need to do that, and then just work, and then work your way from the left side to the right side, and then you'd be good. And then so this is here, as you can see. Remember the two screws you removed from the part one. All you got to do is put the screw back in there, and then the last step would be is to literally, this is the right side, putting the screw in, and then this is the two cosmetic parts here that we actually have. So once you put the screw in there, you want to use this piece here, to cover back the square holes on the left and the right side. And then so this is me doing the left. I kind of use a paring knife because it's pretty sticky on one side. So once you have a paring knife, you can easily position these little square, covers and cosmetic covers just to go over the screw, and then you can just thumb it in with your right hand. With your left hand, and then just push it in there so that it seats properly inside of that little cubby hole. And same thing on the right side here, as you can see there. I just did that. It's pretty simple. It's kind of hard to just put that on your thumb because the side where you're trying to grab it, it's not sticky, right? So it's sticky on the opposite side. So that's why it's good to have a paring knife or something small and flat, like this paring knife, as you can see here, has got a nice curve, so it's very simple to use that. And there you go. And then once you've done that, that will be the last step for the whole, the Asus series, for the TUF series of you know, the uh, the FX505GT-BB51-CB. And hope that this video helps you guys out. It's kind of late at night. It's 11 o'clock p.m. In Eastern time in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. That's why I was a little bit off because I've had a really busy day today. So I hope that this video still shows you guys how to do it properly. And if you guys have any questions or any comments you want to write down, please do it in the comment section. And like I said, I will link the part one video, on this video here, so that you can actually follow it from the beginning. And like I said, please like and subscribe, guys. Have a good evening. Cheers.